Today we are taking over at FC Metz, a team that have been relegated from the first league in France, Ligue 1, last season, and they are trying to get back up to the promised land from League 2 into Ligue 1. However, today it is Rebuild Sombrero stepping in, and this is not enough to bring them back up to Ligue 1. We want to make them the champions of France, overtaking PSG, but also trying their best in European competitions and only ending the rebuild whenever FC Metz are the best club in Europe. That though is a long way off, as this team is fairly average and I don't see how we will get even promoted to Ligue 1 with this squad. Players like Sane, he's only 20 but he's 65 rated. Two 37 and 35 year olds. We have a 33-year-old midfielder. Hein may be the star of the team, but he's out of position. And with this formation, I'm not sure either. There is certainly some potential in this team, as we have Papa Amadou Diallo, who is showing great potential, but he has one in Sabali with a 6 higher rated in front of him, so it's going to be tough. Sadibou Sané, the Senegalese, he's also showing great potential. So two players who we can build the team around for the future. This is a rebuild that is going to take us some time. With about 9 million in the bank, we can work in the first season. That is already not bad for a second division club in France. And we have certainly got a few youth academy players, one French, one German, a Spaniard, and even a Colombian who might be the highest rated one. The biggest talent, Aguilar, a striker, 79 to 94 potential. Those are from the default youth academy, and we are going to introduce them to the first team as time passes by. In terms of the tactical preset, I want to try out the tiki-taka, certainly in the second division with this Metz side. Build up a dominant side that can win this league title, the league division, in the second league at least. What I'm certainly doing is sending the default scout, Bourgeois, to France, to Central Europe for 6 months to find us some talents in different positions. I'm going to go for the fullbacks positions as well as the midfield ones. I've also changed up the formation so that Hein is in his preferred camp spot. Elisor is the striker, I'm not so sure about that. Sané might get loaned out on the bench. But yeah, Elisor the striker for now. Diallo on the right, Diallo on the left. Sabali is on the bench. Yeah, Sabali actually the starter because he's the highest rated one. Otherwise we have Condé here still on the bench. Centre back, but he's 26 compared to the 20 of Sané, who I want to build this team around. And Ukija, who is already 35, the Algerian goalkeeper. We also need to get replaced soon. That's exactly where we get our first transfer in. Coming in from Belgium, a new goalkeeper, replacing Ukija, who is already 35. From Standard Liège, it is Mathieu Epolo for 2 million euros coming into Metz. We are back up to 12 million in our budget. That's because we sold Aboubacar Lo, Alexandre Ukija, with of course the signing of Epolo, Kevin van den Kerkhoff, Maxime Collin, Malik Mbaye, and even Fally Condé, a starting centre-back. And so our next crucial player we bring into the club is another young man, an Argentinian this time, CDM. Coming in from Vélez Sarsfield, it is Christian Ordóñez for 3.9 million. As a final signing of Season 1, we bring in a Brazilian, little bit of Brazilian flair on the right-back spot this time. Another young man, 3 young players joining Metz in this first season. This one is a big one. Coming in from Bayer Leverkusen, it is Arthur for 4 million joining the ranks of FC Metz. Now, with the signing in goal, we have, in a short term, really reduced our strength. A 73 rated goalkeeper to a 68 rated goalkeeper. On the right back, though, we have gone from a 69 to a 70 rated player, who is also only 21. And Ordóñez is the same overall than Demingue, who is only on loan to us. So it's only fair that he gets the game time in Season 1. The team is now looking much better, of course much younger with those 3 players in. Sané gets game time as well, one of the default players. Udol still the captain on left back. We have loaned out Diallo, another showing great potential man, for Sabali to start. Diallo on the other hand. That is when I'm also terminating Deminguez's loan move. We don't need another centre mid. It is the end of Season 1 and things really have not gone to plan. We are on 59 points, 18 points below league winners Lorient in first. On avant Guingamp go into second. And Paris FC do have the promotion playoff spot. I don't think the promotion playoff spot includes us though. Well, it actually does, but we have been knocked out in the quarter-final of the promotion playoff. And in the end, it is Auxerre going up, defeating Paris FC. We should rather say that Auxerre were already in Ligue, so they have kept their spot over there. Coupe de France goes to PSG over Ajaccio in the final from a second division. That is crazy. We were knocked out in round 1 right away by Dunkerque. And 15 goals for Sabali, 15 for Hein with 8 assists both. Elisor with 11 goals, 6 goals for Jallo and 4 for Azoro. That's not enough. Looking at the academy though, we certainly have one player in Felix Aguilar who is ready to get promoted to the senior team. Oh well, that's Season 1 done and dusted. 5th in Ligue 2 is not great. And we have to work towards promotion in the second season still. So we start off by signing a Frenchman in Season 2. Another CDM we bring into Metz. It is Valentin Atangana joining us from Stade Reims for just 5.8 million. He's only 19 and already in his 70s. After that transfer, we still have about 7 million to go into the market once again. Well, we were looking for a centre-back and I wanted to find one of a club. Had someone in mind. But then I found a free agent who is just as highly rated and even younger. It is Santi Roman from the free agency list, an 18-year-old, 74 rated already. We've then gone on and sold Kofi Kouao because he took away game time from Artur. Alpha Toure goes away. Lilia Rayo also. And we also loan out Papa Amadou Diallo. He's up to a 70, but he still needs a loan move. Along with Atta Mangondo and Youth Academy prospect Felix Aguilar, who is already up to 61. I honestly believe with the addition of Roman, who is 74 rated, as well as, where is the other one, Atangana, 1973, those two can really help us push for promotion in this FC Metz project. I hope that it really comes to close, with Artur also getting all the game time now at right back. Our bench is very tight, but yeah, still every position is covered apart from fullbacks. And I do believe that this team is now strong enough to get promoted. May have asked yourself, why doesn't this guy show us any Youth Academy updates? But that is the reason why. It's once again been a corrupted file coming into FC Metz as well. A corrupted Youth Academy report. You can clearly see players found 12, but we don't find another one. We don't find anyone if we go into the scouting report. That is really sucking me. Now, whilst Bourgeois has returned, I have found another scout in Martin. 4-star, 5-star even, one higher than Bourgeois, so he goes to France for 3 months to find us any talents. Found a couple of players who are both 17 in the Youth Academy. It finally worked. That is something nice to see. Jonathan Philippe and Liam Grenier both going to get promoted right away. It's done and dusted, and we are in 3rd place this time. Only 1 point of automatic promotion and of the league title as well. That is unlucky. We have to go through promotion playoffs again. We fall short to Paris FC in the semi-finals. That is just shocking. And Paris FC go up as well. How are they supposed to stay up there as well? They've been clearly behind us in the table, but in the end, it is Paris FC going up to Ligue 1. We stay for 1 more year in Ligue 2. Let's win the Coupe de France over Montpellier. We've been knocked out in round of 32 by Lille, which is fair and understandable, let's say. End of the season, Ismail Traoré at the age of 39 is going to retire as well. Elisor with 22, 21 for Sheikh Sabali. Those two have really stepped their game up, just like Gauthier, who is already 29 though, but also 77 overall. Jallo with 7 goals. Beyond those three, there is not a lot. However, if I show you this squad, we just have to be better. We have to be in the first league, because now the squad is really stacked, especially the start 11. 3rd position in Ligue 2, another year in this division. We have to do as fast, as good as possible to get out. And again, not too bad of a budget, 16 million this season. In the youth academy, however, things are not going that well. We don't have a lot of talent here, if you see correctly. We have maybe this Liam Lambert guy who is 16. He's got decent potential, just like this, where is he? Eden Potier guy, but he's only 14 as well. Of course, one centre-back has left us because he's retired, and so I go in for another centre-back from the free agency list, from Belgium. He's only 18, it is Kevin Robert joining us at Metz. And so guys, let me tell you this, I have just gone on and signed a new striker from Greece. I wanted a new right midfielder, but then I found this guy. I just couldn't turn it down. Charalampos Koustulas from Lille coming in for 11 million. Yeah, he's actually in real life, this Greek player is playing for Olympiacos. Here he comes in from Lille. We have gone and sold Simon Elisor to Havre for 7 million. Only 4 less than what we've bought Koustulas for. Morgan Bokele goes away as well. Just like Suma, but 2 rotation players on the wings. We don't need anymore. Meaning that certainly after the sale of the striker, we are back up to 10 million in our budget for one final signing. We are keeping that money in the back pocket, as now with this squad, with certainly the additions of Robert, who has replaced the man Traoré, who went into retirement, and also Koustulas, who is only 19. We have Sané and Mangondo as backups. And yeah, hopefully this season we can finally push then. For Ligue. Finally, we've done it. 9 points ahead of second place. We are the champions of Ligue 2 and go up to the first division of French football. Finally, Charalampos Koustulas up to a 79, 27 goals for him, 20 goals for Cheikh Sabali, and even 14 and 16 assists for Gauthier Ain. Wow. Done well this season, even though it was only round 1 in Coupe de France. I don't care, as we've been promoted to the big one, to Ligue 1. 13 million in our budget after spending already 8 on renewing contracts. Those are big boy contracts we have to hand out now. And so first off the free agency list is once again our best friend, as we have found a good goalkeeper over there, only 20 years old, from Senegal. His name is Souleymane Sagna, coming in on a free to Metz. We've then immediately loaned out Souleymane Sagna to Lens for a couple of years, and Felix Aguilar to Anderlecht. Controversial move, we've actually sold Abli Diallo to Twente in the Netherlands for 7.3 million. I wanted an upgrade in this position. That is when for about 20 million we take a chance on a player, a right winger / right midfielder. Belgian wonder kid Olivier Fontaine coming in from Sevilla for 10 million. Looking at this squad, Fontaine is out of position. It takes him about 80 weeks to convert into a right midfielder. That was a bit of an L, but Diallo is also still there. He's converting to a right midfielder as well, just to give backup and competition to Fontaine. I don't know who plays. The game will decide on that. The back line is looking good. Center defensive midfield is our strongest part. Goalkeeper is fine. Striker is very good. And Hein, our highest rate. What's going on here? We are in 3rd place in our first season in Liga McDonald's after 3 years in the 2nd division. In 3rd position, only 17 points of PSG, 7 defeats, and we will probably play Champions League football in some sort next season. That is bonkers. Absolutely wild. PSG win Coupe de France over Lille. Still here, we cannot make it out of the round of 16, getting of course knocked out by PSG. Those stats aren't even looking that good. 19 goals for Koustulas is great, of course. 15 and 8 for Sabali is good. 11 and 6 as well, but none of the others has more than 10 goals. Diallo is actually the right midfielder. He has established himself. With Fontaine still only at a 74, still a right winger, still not a right midfielder. Otherwise, the defense is looking very good, apart from Udol, who will go down very shortly in his overall. Wonderful first season in Ligue 1, in the 4th season in total. I mean, yeah, I am speechless this season of what we have achieved, to be honest. And finally, the bugs are there as well. 33 million in Season 5. I've actually found a wonder kid, a superb wonder kid. As a free agent, an Egyptian, all signs are pointing towards it being Mo Salah's region. This is the heist of a century. Yassin Abdullah joining Metz on a free transfer. After signing that free agent Yassin Abdullah, we've also sold 4 players. The most money we got for Artur Rata, who was always on loan until this year. Now we sold him to Nice. That's nice business. No pun intended. Joseph Nkwidi goes to Birmingham City for 6 million. And Joel Asoro, another winger who was surplus to requirements, joining Famalicão in Portugal. Which means that we have our biggest budget by a country mile now, 64 million after only signing a free agent. What we need is to strengthen the defense, because I have seen that Robert, the growth is already slowing down. Only in 100 weeks he will grow. And Udol is also 32. And Ange Postecoglou was happy to sell me his backup Radu Dragushin for a cut price deal. To be exact, we only had to pay about 21 million to get the Romanian centre-back, over 80 rated. We've just gotten another cut price over the line for a new left-back, an Italian. It is Riccardo Calafiori joining us after his contract is expiring in 11 months. 33 million he cost us only then. Now that's an improved lineup if I ever saw one. Dragushin goes into the centre-back spot. He's 2681 rated. We still have Hein at the cam spot, but he's also already 31. We need to keep an eye on that. Abdullah of course comes in to that right midfield spot. He's the signing of the year, of the century, of the rebuild, I'd say. Kostula's still of course holding down that striking force. The bench is looking a lot better, with Calafiori coming into the starting 11, 2684. I mean, those 3 players, Dragushin, Calafiori and Abdullah, bring this Metz side to another level. Certainly this season we will be playing Champions League football a lot earlier than I would have expected. And right now we are sitting in the scrap of things in 6th position on 36 points. 3 behind the Lyon and 5 behind Monaco in the 3rd position where we finished last year. Effectively, in the UEFA Champions League, we made it through to the playoff round, finishing in 17th. 3 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, comfortably making it through on 12 points in the end. In the playoff round, we will face, though, Manchester City in what is going to be a very, very tough one. Here we are at the Stade Saint-Symphorien, at home against Manchester City. Do we stand a chance against the English Giants? It's actually a draw, which is a very good result in a Champions League knockout game. Kostulas gave us the equalizer. I'd be really surprised if we get anything out of the City of Manchester Stadium, the Etihad, and we lose 3-1. Savinho with a hat-trick. Kostulas gives us 1 back, but we lose respectfully 4-2 on aggregate to City and bow out in the playoff round. It is the end of Season 5 and we just about miss out by 1 point on once again finishing in 3rd position. This time it is the 4th one. 62 points, 16 behind PSG. We do, however, win our first trophy, defeating Lille in the Coupe de France. Metz win a first trophy. Having a look at European competitions, Leverkusen win the Champions League in the end over PSG. Spurs win a trophy, the Europa League over Milan on penalties. And the Conference League goes to Wolfsburg over Crystal Palace, again on penalties. Charalampos Kostulas with 25 goals. He's 88 rated at the age of 22. 20 goals and 9 assists for Hein, who is still 84 rated. 12 and 13 for Chaik Sabali. Both of those are going up in age and will go down in overall, so we need to keep an eye on them. Abdullah, his first season, up to an 87, 11 goals for him as well. Another wonderful, wonderful season. Remember, bear in mind that this is only our 2nd season in Ligue in a row, and we've already bagged the 3rd and a 4th place finish and won the Coupe de France, which is crazy. Even made the playoff round in the Champions League. Next season we'll probably play the Europa League football. After extending some contracts that were expiring, we are now down to 42 million in our budget for season 6. Roman, probably again a centre-back, and then also looking for a replacement for Hein, who is now 32 already. Zabali can go for another season, he's only 30. I mean, guys, can you tell me how this is even possible? I've just found another free agent. This is turning into a free agent video. but a 21-year-old. He's 88 rated, a Dutchman. Probably the Virgil van Dijk region, Nick Bakker joining Metz. Santiro Man, who has helped us a lot, but his growth was really slowing down. 23 million we got from Lyon. And Charles Divial goes to Denmark. I think, is that Saudi Arabia? I don't know. But 2 centre-backs we've got rid of. Sainia also goes on another loan move, just like Aguilar. And we are back up to 60 million in our budget. I've then decided to go in for a man who was a little bit trapped in Saudi Arabia. A 27-year-old Cam, who is replacing Hein. He's the same overall, but 5 years younger. It is Gabri Veiga joining us from Al Ahly for 47 million. We do have Bakker, 22, 88 rated in the starting 11, along with Veiga, who is 27, 84. Hein goes onto the bench, which improves the quality drastically on there as well. And we are effectively, once again, also in the Champions League, where this time it's the target to reach the semi-final. As a 4th place team in France, we'll actually have to compete in the playoffs to the Champions League, facing Benfica in a qualifying round. We have overcome that round, a 2-1 loss equaled by a 1-0 win, and seemingly we are through to the next playoff round, the final one. And we are in the league phase, dispatching Celtic in 2 legs. 3-1 on the halfway point of season 6, we are actually in a title race with PSG in 2nd place, 1 point only, separated by the Parisians. However, this season in the Champions League, things haven't gone to plan, as we only got 8 points and have been eliminated in 26th place, just about. By a fraction. We've not been good enough to get into the playoffs where Valencia and Arsenal, of all teams, are. It's the end of season 6 and finally we have done it. Ligue champions on 80 points. We've actually done it. Only 2 losses all season long. 2 points ahead of PSG. We have dethroned them. We were also a part of the Trophée des Champions, the French Super Cup, where we got absolutely smoked at the start of the season by PSG though. Coupe de France goes to Monaco over Lens. Here we've already been knocked out in a round of 32, which is crazy. At the end of the day, the Champions League goes to Napoli over Real Madrid. Europa League goes to Wolfsburg over Athletic Bilbao on penalties. And Conference League to Chelsea over Juventus. 24 goals, 10 assists. It's 2 seasons that he's here. And he's already rose up to a 91 overall. 91 as well for Charalampos, Costulas. And even 17 goals for Veiga from Camp, 23 for Costulas. It was the clear ambition to, at one point, be the champions of France. But this has gone very fast. We've already won the Cup last season. This season, it is the League. Maybe next season the Champions League, but therefore we have to do better than this season. Start of season 7, we've generated about 45 million selling Sadibou Sané, Ibou Sané and Kevin Robert. 1 to Porto, 1 to QPR and 1 to Monaco. We've even gone and sold Olivier Fontaine, an experiment gone wrong. He goes to Famalicão. You have some players that just don't work for you. All of that jazz for just a single signing. We've gone on and signed a new centre-back. Of course we had to. We didn't have any on the bench left. It is a Frenchman by the name of William Saliba for over 100 million. Club record signing. And that is where we are at here right now. Saliba and Bakker are now forming a formidable centre-back partnership. Good CDMs, a very good cam. Sabali still at the age of 31 growing. Abdullah, nothing to speak about, just like Costulas, 2 absolute world beaters. But yeah, I'm really happy now with how the squad has unfolded. Dragushin goes onto the bench, he's 28-82. And that means that we have an absolutely ready team. Philippe from the youth, former youth academy player. Is on the bench. Aguilar, we've recalled him from Borussia Dortmund. Rather, his loan was expired. And our bench, we are once again leading the pack at the halfway point of season 7. 2 points ahead of PSG and 12 already out of 3rd place Lille. In the Champions League, though, is where we absolutely exceeded expectations this one. 3 points ahead of Leipzig in 1st place in the league phase. Clearly going through automatically to the round of 16. And so in the round of 16 we face AZ Alkmaar, who we already played in the league phase Let's see how this goes. Away from home, we got a 3-2 win. Gabri Vega and the centre-back Bakker, as well as star striker Kostulas with the goals. It is second leg time at home against AZ Alkmaar, and it's a 1-1 draw, which is enough to go through 4-3 on aggregate to the quarter-finals. In the quarter-finals of the Champions League, we face RB Leipzig from Germany, first at home at the Stade Saint-Symphorien. Let's see how this goes. It's a 1-1 draw. Sabali with the equalizer in the 66th minute after Leipzig, through Tell, took the lead. We are at the RB Arena. Both Bakker and Saliba up to a 90 overall. And we get the 3-1 win, but it was tied. And after extra time, Philipp with the winner. Sabali with a goal in extra time as well. After Tillman gave Leipzig the lead and Gabri Vega equalized 4 minutes later. However, now it is time to hold your breath, people. We face Manchester United in the semi-finals, first at home, and we win 2-0 in the first leg. Abdullah and Sabali give us a comfortable advantage going into the second leg at Old Trafford. We are at Old Trafford, second leg away from home. We confirm our spot in the Champions League final. A 2-2 draw was all that was needed. Leonardo and Gore scored for United, but Sabali and Kostulas for us to send us to the Champions League final with FC Metz. In that elusive Champions League final in Season 7, we face Barcelona. We claim back-to-back trophies, back-to-back Ligue, McDonald's titles, defeating PSG by 2 points. We still, however, cannot win the Trophée Champion. We do, however, win another Coupe de France, making it a double this season, our first double with Metz. The Europa League goes to Atletico Madrid over Stuttgart, and finally the Conference League to Sporting over Leverkusen. Let's see who contributed the most this season. Kostulas with 36 goals, 93 rated at the age of 24 is crazy. 24 and 14 for Vega, by the way. He is, of course, our cam. 18 and 19 for Abdullah. All the concentration goes into this game. Estadio do Benfica in Portugal. It is Barcelona against FC Metz. This is Vega into Abdullah, our Egyptian king. Here he is. First action of the game. First real chance. Abdullah. Here's Vega. Gabri Vega. We are attacking now on the other end. Trying to counter Barcelona. This is Gabri Vega. Wonderful piece of skill. And it is 1-0. I'm sorry, I had a frog in the throat. It is 1-0 to Metz after 36 minutes. Gabri Vega, nice piece of trickery here. He allowed himself to get the advantage over Araujo by turning him, and then he smashed it into the corner. Yes, Saliba. Once again, the two centre-backs working together very nicely. However, we lose the ball through Ordóñez, and once again, Saliba is stepping in like a master. Here's Soboslai. Little piece of trickery to Samu, but Bakker there once again. It's either Bakker or Saliba. Always one of the two. Here's Abdullah. We haven't seen really much of him. Maybe he can go now. On the right, looking to bring it inside. He's up against 3. Now going inside. With the opportunity, Abdullah wide. I want to give Heinz some minutes. He's one of the other OGs of this squad. Otherwise, we stayed the same. Now Wood, the Barcelona regen left winger, plays it inside. Now Samu on the ball. Samu, real chance, but Saliba once more with a brilliant critical tackle. Now Barcelona are a little bit more on the up now in the last minutes. Here's Samu, but no problem for goalkeeper Epolo. As now we could go on an attack to kill off the game. This is Kostulas, but it's blocked. Anyways, we are almost done here. It's only 1 minute of added time before we can make Metz the best team in Europe. And now it has happened. Metz, the best team in Europe, not only in France, twice in a row, effectively. Twice we have made them the best club of France, winning Ligue, twice also winning the French Cup. And this year, fulfilling a treble, winning the Champions League against Barcelona in a bit of a scrappy final. We deserved the win in the end. But lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild with Metz, a bit of a more, let's say, not exotic one, but a different one, with a Ligue 2 side, then please consider dropping a like on the video as usual, and subscribe to the channel if you really enjoy the content. I'm going to leave you alone, enjoying the title celebrations now, the trophy celebrations, the treble celebrations in fact, with the FC Metz captain, one of the OGs, Sabali, the only one who survived in the starting 11. We had one coming from the bench in Hein. But yeah, he's going to lift the Champions League. I'm going to say goodbye until next time. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out.